when you're buying rentals or real estate, it's all about increasing your net worth, right? So I bought this for 105 and it's worth $28,000 more than when I purchased it. So I've increased my net worth by $28,000. So in basically one day, that's the miracle of real estate, and especially the miracle of buying houses off my list and getting them discount from the auction or the wholesale. I found out a really cool niche I'm excited about in the last few weeks. What's cool about real estate is I've been doing it for 20 years and I learn something seriously new every day. And every once in a while, you just get a little bit of advice or something just clicks, something just like all of a sudden just falls into place and it just feels right. And that's just a matter of just putting time into something and really searching it out and trying to figure it out. So this particular method that I found has worked really well on two properties, and just purchased a third that I'm going to give it a try. I haven't even shared this with any of my own team or partners yet because I wanted to see really how it's going to work. And I'll be super transparent with you. I'm in the middle of the process right now, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, so I wanted to share it because I think it's going to end up really well. So I'm going to share my screen. Here's the two addresses that I purchased. I've already purchased these. So if you were to look up these properties, I own them. They're in my LLC. These properties, they were purchased just off the wholesale list. The same opportunity any of you guys get. What's interesting about these properties, they're not properties that I would ever buy personally to flip or buy as rentals. But I had actually another partner come to me with the idea, and I said, hey, let's give it a shot. And the purchase price was small enough and the risk small enough to give it a shot. And if it doesn't work or did not work, the exit would be fine too. The first address is 340 South 58th. And let me kind of share with you guys why this isn't like my optimal property. I mean, take a look at this property. So these are mobile homes or trailers, right? Let's see here. I don't have pictures of this one because this one actually has a post possession. So we just kind of bought it off of a drive-by. This one's in East Mesa off of Broadway and Higley. There's a lot of trailer parks you see around here. This particular house popped up on the wholesale list, I believe, for 110 or 15 or 120,000. I offered 105,000 with some negotiation, and I was able to pick it up for 105,000. This one had a 2-month post possession, and I'm about a month through it. What happens next is I went and got an appraisal from a bank contact, and I can share the bank contact with you if you guys want to try this, method. So the bank contact, I said, hey, I want you to appraise this property. And when they appraised it, keep in mind that they're appraising it in the current condition, not even a rehabbed condition because they're not rehabbed yet. So this one, as you see I mean, this is really, you drive by, this is what it looks like. It's nothing special. So I purchased the property for 105. They appraised it for 133,000. So I'm already walking into some equity without even touching it, right? When you're buying rentals or real estate, it's all about one thing is it's all about increasing your net worth, right? So I bought this for 105 and it's worth $28,000 more than when I purchased it. And keep in mind, guys, I already said it's just not touched. And so I've increased my net worth by $28,000. So in basically one day, that's the miracle of real estate, and especially the miracle of buying houses off my list and getting them discount from the auction or the wholesale. After I got it appraised, the bank said, hey, Spencer, we will give you a loan for 75% of what we appraised it for. So 75% of 133,000 is getting a loan for 99,750. So I'm just going to round up. So I got a loan for $100,000 on this property. It's already been placed on it. Okay. So just the quick math is Spencer is only coming into it with $5,000 worth of cash, right? So now you're thinking, oh no, Spencer has to put in a lot more work to make this property a rent-ready property. Well, I'm not putting in any more cash whatsoever. I have come up with an agreement with someone that is going to do a lease option purchase who is actually bringing in their own cash to fix up this property. It's going to cost roughly $35,000 of their own cash. So lease option cash. So they're going to come up with 35,000 of their own cash to fix up the property. So instead of me requiring cash on a lease option, which happens quite a bit, they know what the property looks like. They saw the property. They're going to use their own cash to fix it up. My loan is actually only going to be for 5 years. So let me put that right here, 5-year loan. My payment on this loan is going to be a mortgage amount of $931. So Mr. Renter, lease option cash slash renter, is putting in 35,000 and they're fixing it and they're going to live there. Not only are they going to live there, they are basically responsible for all repairs, maintenance, everything. So if something breaks, they're fixing it. They're doing it all. So I don't have to have any more cash. The reason why I'm doing a lease option rather than a purchase option is because I still own the property and I get the tax deduction, and it's less risk for me on an insurance proposal also. Like if you, so that's why I'm doing a lease option. However, their full intention is to buy this property in 5 years, and they've already agreed to buy the property for $133,000. So let me put that right here. $133,000 is what they're purchasing this property for. Let's go over the pros and cons. I've told you a lot of the pros. Now, one of the cons is I'm locking myself into an agreement with them to purchase it at 133,000. Could it be worth 170,000 in 5 years? Probably worth even more than that because they're putting in their own cash to fix it up. And as soon as they put in their own cash to fix it up, I can increase my loan amount. Let's see here. So my loan amount is $100,000. Once they put in their $35,000, my loan amount and appraisal amount would totally increase. But I'm not about that because I don't need to leverage myself anymore. I'm only putting $5,000 into this property, and I have a rental property. I get the tax deduction. I get all of the benefits of having this rental property. They have agreed to, on paper, to do a lease option and bring in their own cash, $35,000. They're fixing it up, and they're agreeing to purchase it at the end of 5 years. I told you guys how much my monthly payment is. Loan 931. They are going to be paying me $1,350 per month rent. So I get a little bit of cash flow too, right? Making roughly about $400 cash flow. It's a lot to handle as far as the numbers and as far as everything else. So I'm gonna run through it with you guys one more time on this one. Jupiter. So this is Jupiter. This came on the wholesale list first at $180,000 and no one touched it. Then it came back like around 130 and I offered 120,000 and I purchased this for $120,000. When I purchased it, I actually didn't use my own cash. I did hard money. And as soon as the bank appraised the property, I got out of the hard money and paid off the hard money. Let me show you Jupiter. This one's a little bit nicer of a property. So there's work to be done. But it's not horrible, right, guys? I mean, let me show you also where this property is so you can kind of get an idea of, this is another trailer or mobile home. Some people get offended when you call them trailers because they say they're mobile homes, but to me it's all the same. Actually, it's on Meridian and University. So it's East Mesa again. Oh, actually, no, this one's Apache Junction. So once again, guys, if I wasn't doing this creative way to buy a rental, I most likely would not be buying this property for a flip or for a rental unless this scenario worked for me. So I bought this for 120,000 on a hard money loan, and I got it appraised for 155,000 in the current state that it's in. When I got this appraised, guys, they first appraised it for like 70,000 because there was a smaller trailer on this at one point, and it was like a 700 square foot trailer, and then they put a bigger one. I was like, what the heck's going on with my appraisal? And they said I was going to have to put like 40,000 cash. I'm like, no, 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 something's wrong. So once again, increasing my net worth by $25,000 immediately, which is great. 75% loan on this, 116,000 was my loan. Once again, if I bought it for 120 and appraised for 155, so I'm going to put loan amount. And this loan amount is 75 I'm gonna put that note of appraisal. So I only had to put in $4,000 of my own cash on this one. My loan per month, my payment is going to be 1,071. 1,071 is my bank payment. And I'm going to be renting this one out for 1,500 a month. I'm cash flowing per month to cover, and I don't need to cover anything because they're doing everything. This property, they're putting in $40,000 of their own cash to rehab it. They have agreed same terms, lease option for 5 years. On 58th, they're buying it. I'm selling it for 135,000 to them. I didn't put that in. So I'm selling it to them after 5 years, them 135,000. So I'll make a bump when I sell it. I'll make $30,000 in 5 years, right? Plus I get all my cash flow for 5 years, right? This one, we have a pre-signed agreement that I'm selling it to them for 150,000. So I'll have a $30,000 bump in 5 years. What are the negatives and positives again of this one? So the positive is I've got a rental and I've got the tax deductions and I've got increased my net worth. And the positive is I've only put $5,000 down to have a rental for 5,000 and 4,000. Positive is I'm going to be making, close to $1,000 cash flow per month. The positive is I'm not in charge of anything on the properties whatsoever. No maintenance, zero, nothing, zilch. The negative is for me is if I were to just buy and hold and rent this out, it could be worth, this Jupiter probably be worth, even after they put the money into it, $200,000. I just don't have cash into it and I just don't have the risk into it. So it's just a super creative way that I've figured out for these trailers that makes sense as far as the math to buy it cheap and to be really, really low cash into these rentals. So I'm keeping it short and sweet tonight. Go out there, find some real estate to buy. And you guys are all amazing. I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for spending Thursdays with me. They mean a lot to me. So have a good night. Thank you.